Jason Becker's Altitudes arpeggios is definitely heavily covered, and there's no doubt that it's because the piece kills in itself. But all the guitar players that I have ever taught, or just guitar players that I've come across, all agree that this piece is the perfect combination of technical challenge and just sweet melody. But I noticed that very few guitar players play it exactly the same way. There are a few spots where we all agree, but then there's also a few spots that seem like they are arranged in a way so they are more comfortable. In this version, I'm giving you all the notes. Yes, even the taps that are pretty hard to hear, as well as the very challenging slides. But other than that, I'm presenting to you a way that makes it easy and not overwhelming to learn. For me, there's a few spots where I really get challenged. The first one is the part where you play the B minor arpeggios and jump a lot around on the A string. The next part, and certainly the most challenging, is also a B minor arpeggio, but the one where you slide around on the G string and change the fingering around in order to make it possible to play. Once I have identified the weak spots, I don't drill the entire piece anymore. I just sit around with all the difficult parts and drill those exclusively. And I don't use the metronome for this. I just set aside a specific amount of time, for example 10 minutes, and drill it so slow that you're not really able to identify what it is. So I really get deep into the technique. Now the overall rhythm of this piece is 6 tuplets, but in the part where we tap, we actually get quite a few grace notes that we need to fit in. And the way to learn this is actually to be able to hear how it's supposed to sound, and actually be able to play it without the metronome first. Now, a very large part of learning something like this is just to listen to the part again and again. This makes you 100% sure of how it's supposed to sound. Now, if you combine that with getting down the techniques and the patterns, you cannot miss. Let's rock!